By now, you probably all know I have a passion for Aussie icons and Aussie muscle cars. And if I could, I would have a shed full of at least one of each of the big three. Today, we bring you a car which has history. It has miles, it has battle scars, it has a fan base, and over the many years has seen many thumbs up, cheers, and taken the odd scalp on the track. And we're not referring to Bathurst. So here is my 2006 HSV GTO, which I'm often reminded is just a two-door Commodore with a big spoiler on the back. So in 2013, after getting all G'd up, watching many episodes of Top Gear, seeing their reviews, reading car reviews, and even the sales brochure on one of these things, I thought it was time to listen to the sticker. I just want one. So I did. This particular car was in Adelaide, South Australia. My criteria was it had to be a manual and it had to be the last of the GTOs because I wanted the LS2 motor in it. The LS2 was made exclusive to HSV by GM in the States for the HSV range. So this and all the other VZ series HSVs had the LS2 fitted, even though at the same time Holden had a 6-litre V8 in their cars. That was a different 6-litre. So after having found the manual and having found it in Adelaide, I jumped on a plane, jumped in a cab, and was at the dealership finalising the haggling I had done over the phone and over email. It meant that there was an 8-hour drive home of about 800 or so kilometres, probably a little bit under, for me to really fall in love with this car. It was a bit of an adventure driving back. I drove it back on a permit from South Australia, so it had no number plates on it. Got pulled over in Horsham, which many people probably have been pulled over in Horsham, but I assure everyone I was not breaking the law in any way. I was very well behaved, and I was amazed at how well this car went, given it had a few kilometres under its belt, and that it was a big V8, and I didn't really need to stop for fuel until the outskirts of Melbourne. So that's a cool 70-litre tank that managed to cover 757 kilometres. I still remember that from when I picked it up to when I needed to refuel. So GTO stands for Gran Turismo Omologato. Now I'm not Italian, I'm Greek. Probably didn't do a justice by pronouncing it like that, but it basically means that it's that up, didn't I? The GTO is true to form. It is a tourer. It does what it's supposed to do at 100. It does what it's supposed to do in traffic. Big, 6-speed, clunky, but you know what? I don't care. It's an Aussie muscle car, and that's what they're supposed to be like. The seats are very comfortable. They've been bolstered to the max, really, and my big 59 kilo ringing wet frame sits in them really comfortable. I find that even though I'm not the tallest bloke, I have got quite long legs, but it's got a long throw clutch, and that was one of the criticisms a couple of the reviews had of the GTO back in the time. So I've still got to push that clutch down a fair way to get it to change gears. And yes, it's definitely a notchy gearbox. One of the criticisms has been that they're really hard to get into reverse, and then first to second is also a little bit tricky as well. But thankfully I've never experienced too much of that, or maybe just because I'm so huge and have taken, you know, all that advice from Curtis on how to build my muscles. You can't buy a brand new Holden at a dealership anymore. And for the faithful, we've seen plenty of photos on social media of people taking their pride and joys to a Holden dealership, grabbing that last photo before the signs come down. And we know we've given you, or we've given the Lion, a fair bit of love lately. We've given you the GTSR sedan, the GTO today, and you've probably already seen the GTSR Maloo. But we've done this because we know how iconic the brand is. And we couldn't help noticing, because at this point, as it stands, Lloyd's Auction has one of 4 GTSR Maloo utes for sale, and the bid on it is over $1 million. Not bad for a bit of Aussie muscle history. Thanks for watching.